Do you ever feel like you just don't fit into the regular school system? If you're a chosen one, your unique perspective and intelligence make it hard to tolerate traditional education. In this video, we'll explore 7 reasons why chosen ones struggle with conventional education. These reasons will help you understand your challenges and find ways to navigate and transform your educational journey. Stay with me to uncover these insights and see how you can turn your struggles into strengths. Struggling in school can make you feel isolated and misunderstood. It's not just about bad grades or trouble with teachers. It's about feeling like you don't belong. This can affect your self-esteem and your future. If you don't understand why school feels so wrong for you, it can be hard to find a way to succeed. Stay with me to understand how these 7 reasons can help you navigate and transform your educational journey. By knowing what's really going on, you can start to see your struggles as part of a bigger picture and find ways to thrive in spite of them. Conventional education often focuses on rote memorization and standardized tests, which can be very unstimulating for chosen ones who crave deeper knowledge and understanding. In many schools, the curriculum is designed to meet the needs of the average student. This means that the material is often too easy or repetitive for those with higher intellectual capabilities. You might find yourself bored in class, finishing assignments quickly, and feeling unchallenged by the content. This lack of intellectual stimulation can lead to disengagement and frustration. You might start to question the value of your education, wondering why you are spending so much time on things that don't interest or challenge you. As a chosen one, you likely have a deep curiosity and a love for learning. You want to explore subjects in depth, ask questions, and understand the underlying principles behind what you are being taught. Traditional schools often don't provide the space or opportunity for this kind of deep exploration. Instead, they focus on surface-level learning, aimed at passing tests and meeting standardized benchmarks. This can leave you feeling unfulfilled and disconnected from your education. It's not that you don't want to learn. It's that the way you are being taught doesn't align with your natural learning style. You might also find that the subjects offered in conventional schools don't align with your interests or passions. While you might excel in some areas, others might feel completely irrelevant to you. This can create a sense of disconnection and frustration. You might feel like you are wasting your time on things that don't matter to you, rather than pursuing subjects that truly inspire and excite you. This mismatch between your interests and the curriculum can make it hard to stay motivated and engaged in your studies. Moreover, the emphasis on grades and test scores can be particularly challenging for chosen ones. You might feel that these measures don't accurately reflect your abilities or your potential. Instead of focusing on true understanding and mastery, you might find yourself just trying to get through the material to get a good grade. This can feel hollow and unsatisfying, and can undermine your love of learning. You might start to feel like your education is just a series of hoops to jump through, rather than a meaningful journey of discovery and growth. The content of your education, the methods used to teach it, can also be a problem. Traditional schools often rely on lecture-based teaching and rote memorization. These methods might not work well for you if you learn better through hands-on activities, discussions, or independent research. You might find it hard to stay focused and engaged in class, and might struggle to learn in the way that is expected. This can lead to frustration and a feeling of being misunderstood or unsupported in your learning. Overall, the lack of intellectual stimulation in conventional education can be a major challenge for chosen ones. It can lead to boredom, frustration, and disengagement, and can make it hard to see the value in your education. However, by understanding this challenge, you can start to find ways to navigate it. You might seek out additional learning opportunities outside of school, such as online courses, books, or extracurricular activities. You might also advocate for yourself within your school, asking for more challenging assignments or opportunities to explore your interests. By taking control of your own learning, you can find ways to stay engaged and inspired, even within a system that doesn't always meet your needs. Chosen ones tend to question authority and traditional methods, which can lead to conflicts with teachers and school administrators. Conventional education often requires students to follow a set curriculum, adhere to strict rules, and conform to standardized ways of thinking. This can be incredibly frustrating for those who naturally think outside the box and value their independence. You might find yourself constantly questioning why things are done a certain way and seeking better, more effective methods. Your nonconformist mindset is a gift. It allows you to see beyond the limitations of conventional wisdom and come up with innovative solutions. However, in a traditional school setting, this trait can be seen as disruptive or problematic. Teachers might label you as difficult or uncooperative, simply because you don't fit neatly into the established mold. This can lead to disciplinary issues, a strained relationship with authority figures, and a general feeling of being misunderstood. The structure of conventional education can feel stifling to someone who values creativity and freedom. You might struggle with rigid schedules, uniform teaching methods, and the expectation to learn at the same pace as everyone else. This lack of flexibility can make you feel trapped and limit your ability to learn in ways that are most effective for you. You might find yourself daydreaming, doodling, or engaging in activities that are not part of the lesson plan, simply to keep your mind engaged. Moreover, the focus on standardized testing and uniform assessment methods can be particularly challenging. These tests often measure how well you can memorize and regurgitate information, rather than how well you understand and can apply it. For someone who thinks deeply and critically, this approach can feel shallow and pointless. You might excel in creative projects, problem-solving tasks, or discussions, but struggle with multiple choice tests and rote memorization. This can result in grades that don't accurately reflect your abilities and potential. Your nonconformist mindset also means you value authenticity and integrity. You are not content to go along with something just because it's the way things have always been done. This can put you at odds with a system that often prioritizes compliance and conformity over individual expression and critical thinking. You might feel frustrated by the emphasis on obedience and the lack of opportunities to challenge and improve the status quo. This can lead to a feeling of alienation and a sense that you are not being true to yourself. Despite these challenges, your nonconformist mindset is a strength. It allows you to see the world in unique ways and come up with creative solutions to problems. By understanding this aspect of yourself, you can start to find ways to navigate the conventional education system while staying true to your values. You might seek out alternative educational opportunities, such as independent study programs, homeschooling, or schools that prioritize creative and critical thinking. You can also find ways to advocate for yourself within the system, asking for more flexible assignments or opportunities to explore your interests. By embracing your nonconformist mindset, you can turn your educational challenges into opportunities for growth and innovation. The chaotic and often stressful environment of conventional schools can be overwhelming for chosen ones who are highly sensitive to their surroundings. Traditional schools are usually bustling places, filled with noise, movement, and a variety of energies. For someone who is sensitive to these factors, this can be incredibly draining and distracting. You might find it hard to concentrate in a crowded classroom, feel overwhelmed by the constant noise, or become exhausted by the sheer amount of energy around you. Your sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a heightened awareness of your environment that allows you to perceive things that others might miss. However, in a conventional school setting, this sensitivity can make it hard to focus on your studies. You might find that you absorb the stress and emotions of those around you, leading to feelings of anxiety and fatigue. This can make it difficult to stay present and engaged in class, and can negatively impact your academic performance. The physical environment of schools can also be challenging. Fluorescent lighting, crowded hallways, and the lack of natural elements can create a setting that feels harsh and unnatural. As someone who is in tune with their surroundings, you might feel more comfortable and focused in environments that are calm, quiet, and filled with natural light. Unfortunately, most conventional schools do not prioritize these factors, leading to a constant sense of discomfort and distraction. The sensory overload, the energetic atmosphere of a traditional school can be difficult to navigate. Schools are often filled with competitive and judgmental energies, as students strive to excel and fit in. This can create a pressure-filled environment that feels toxic to someone who values harmony and balance. You might find yourself picking up on the stress and negativity of others, which can make it hard to maintain your own sense of peace and well-being. Moreover, the social dynamics of conventional schools can be challenging. Bullying, cliques, and peer pressure are common issues that can be particularly difficult for someone who is sensitive and empathetic. You might find it hard to navigate these social complexities and feel overwhelmed by the emotional intensity of interactions with your peers. This can lead to feelings of isolation and a desire to withdraw from social situations, further exacerbating the sense of being out of place. Despite these challenges, your sensitivity is a gift. It allows you to connect deeply with others and understand the subtleties of your environment. By recognizing this aspect of yourself, you can start to find ways to create a more supportive and nurturing educational experience. You might seek out quieter study spaces, take breaks to recharge, or use tools like noise-canceling headphones to minimize sensory overload. You can also advocate for changes in your school environment, such as creating a quiet room or incorporating more natural elements into the classroom. By embracing your sensitivity, you can turn your educational challenges into opportunities for growth and well-being. Chosen ones seek out education that is meaningful and aligned with their spiritual and personal growth, something that traditional education systems often fail to provide. Conventional schools often focus on standardized curricula that prioritize factual knowledge and test performance over deep understanding and personal relevance. This approach can feel empty and uninspiring to someone who values learning that is connected to their own life and spiritual journey. You likely have a strong desire to learn about topics that resonate with your interests and passions. You want to understand the deeper meaning behind what you are studying and see how it connects to the bigger picture. Traditional education, with its focus on memorization and standardized tests, often doesn't provide this kind of meaningful learning experience. You might find yourself disengaged and uninterested in subjects that feel irrelevant or disconnected from your personal goals and values. Moreover, the way subjects are taught in conventional schools can feel disconnected from real-life applications. You might find it hard to see the relevance of what you are learning and struggle to understand how it applies to your own life and future. This can lead to a sense of frustration and a feeling that your education is not preparing you for the challenges and opportunities you will face outside of school. You want to learn skills and knowledge that will help you grow as a person and contribute to your spiritual and personal development. The lack of opportunities for hands-on, experiential learning can also be a problem. Chosen ones often learn best through direct experience and practical application. You might find that you understand and remember things better when you can see, touch, and interact with them, rather than just reading about them or listening to a lecture. Traditional schools often don't provide enough opportunities for this kind of learning, leading to a sense of disconnection and boredom. The emphasis on competition and comparison in conventional education can feel counterproductive to meaningful learning. You might find that the focus on grades, rankings, and test scores creates a stressful and competitive atmosphere that detracts from the joy of learning. This can lead to a feeling that education is about proving yourself to others, rather than exploring your own interests and growing as a person. You want to learn in an environment that values cooperation, creativity, and personal growth over competition and conformity. Despite these challenges, your desire for meaningful learning is a strength. It drives you to seek out education that is truly enriching and aligned with your values. By understanding this aspect of yourself, you can start to find ways to create a more meaningful educational experience. You might seek out alternative learning opportunities, such as internships, volunteer work, or community projects, that allow you to apply what you are learning in real-world contexts. You can also look for ways to connect your studies to your personal interests and goals, finding the deeper meaning in even the most mundane subjects. By embracing your desire for meaningful learning, you can turn your educational challenges into opportunities for growth and fulfillment. Because of their unique perspectives and high intelligence, chosen ones are often misunderstood by their peers and even teachers, leading to feelings of isolation. When you think differently, ask deeper questions, and challenge conventional ideas, it can make others uncomfortable. Your peers might see you as odd or difficult to relate to, while teachers might view your questions as disruptive or challenging to their authority. This misunderstanding can lead to social isolation and a lack of meaningful connections within the school environment. Peers may not understand why you don't follow the crowd or why you seem disinterested in typical teenage concerns. This can make it hard to form friendships and fit in with social groups. You might find yourself feeling alone even in a room full of people. The conversations and activities that interest you may not align with those of your classmates, making it challenging to find common ground. This social disconnect can be painful and can lead to feelings of loneliness and alienation. Teachers, on the other hand, might misinterpret your intellectual curiosity as arrogance or defiance. When you ask probing questions or challenge the material being taught, it can be seen as a threat to their authority. This can result in disciplinary actions or a strained student-teacher relationship, further isolating you from the educational support you need. Instead of being encouraged to explore and question, you might feel punished for your curiosity and intelligence. This misunderstanding extends beyond social and academic interactions to how you are perceived overall. Your unique traits, such as sensitivity, creativity, and deep thinking, might not be appreciated or understood in a conventional school setting. This can lead to a feeling of being undervalued and unrecognized for your true abilities and potential. You might start to question your self-worth and doubt your abilities, which can have a long-term impact on your confidence and self-esteem. Despite these challenges, being misunderstood can also be a catalyst for self-discovery and resilience. By recognizing that your differences are a source of strength, you can start to embrace your unique qualities and find ways to connect with like-minded individuals. You might seek out communities or groups outside of school where your interests and perspectives are valued and appreciated. You can also find mentors or teachers who understand and support your intellectual and emotional needs, providing the encouragement and guidance you need to thrive. Traditional education often stifles creativity and critical thinking, which are strengths of chosen ones. Conventional schools typically emphasize memorization and conformity, leaving little room for innovative thinking or questioning the status quo. This approach can be particularly frustrating for someone who naturally thinks outside the box and values originality. You might find yourself feeling constrained and uninspired by a curriculum that does not encourage creative problem-solving or critical analysis. Your ability to think creatively and critically is a powerful tool. It allows you to see connections that others might miss, come up with unique solutions to problems, and approach challenges from different angles. However, in a traditional school setting, this way of thinking might not be nurtured or appreciated. You might find that your creative ideas are dismissed, or that there is no space for critical discussion and debate. This can lead to a sense of frustration and a feeling that your true abilities are not being recognized or utilized. The focus on standardized testing and rote learning can be particularly limiting. These methods prioritize the regurgitation of information over understanding and application. For someone who thrives on exploring new ideas and thinking deeply about complex issues, this approach can feel shallow and restrictive. You might find yourself disengaged and unmotivated, struggling to see the relevance of what you are being taught. This lack of intellectual challenge can make it hard to stay focused and interested in your studies. Moreover, the emphasis on conformity in traditional education can stifle your individuality. Schools often have strict rules and expectations about how students should behave, think, and perform. This can be particularly challenging for someone who values independence and authenticity. You might feel pressured to conform to norms that don't align with your true self, leading to a sense of internal conflict and dissatisfaction. This pressure to conform can suppress your creative and critical thinking, making it hard to express your unique ideas and perspectives. Despite these challenges, your ability to think creatively and critically is a valuable asset. By recognizing this strength, you can start to find ways to nurture and develop it, even within a conventional school system. You might seek out opportunities for creative expression, such as art, music, or writing, that allow you to explore and develop your ideas. You can also engage in activities outside of school, such as clubs or community projects, that encourage critical thinking and innovation. By embracing your creative and critical thinking abilities, you can turn your educational challenges into opportunities for growth and self-expression. Chosen ones do not always follow the conventional path of learning. They might excel in subjects they are passionate about while struggling in others that don't interest them. Traditional education systems typically expect students to perform consistently across all subjects, regardless of their individual interests and strengths. This can be challenging for someone who learns in a nonlinear way, with peaks of high achievement in areas of passion and lower performance in areas of disinterest. Your nonlinear learning path is a reflection of your unique mind and interests. You might find that you can easily grasp complex concepts in subjects that fascinate you, while struggling to stay engaged in topics that don't resonate. This uneven performance can be frustrating in a traditional school setting, where you are expected to maintain a consistent level of achievement across all subjects. You might feel pressured to excel in areas that don't interest you, leading to stress and a sense of inadequacy. The conventional education system often doesn't accommodate different learning styles and paces. Students are typically expected to learn at the same rate and in the same way, which can be limiting for someone who learns differently. You might find that you need more time to explore and understand certain topics, or that you learn best through unconventional methods, such as hands-on activities or independent research. This mismatch between your learning style and the expectations of the school system can lead to frustration and a feeling of being misunderstood. Additionally, the emphasis on grades and standardized assessments can be particularly challenging for someone with a nonlinear learning path. These measures often don't capture the depth of your understanding or the complexity of your thought processes. You might find that your true abilities and potential are not reflected in your grades, leading to a sense of discouragement and a lack of motivation. This can make it hard to see the value in your education and to stay engaged in your studies. Despite these challenges, your nonlinear learning path is a strength. It allows you to delve deeply into areas of interest and to develop a rich and nuanced understanding of the subjects you are passionate about. By recognizing this aspect of yourself, you can start to find ways to navigate the conventional education system while staying true to your learning style. You might seek out additional resources or opportunities to explore your interests, such as advanced courses, independent study projects, or extracurricular activities. You can also advocate for yourself within the school system, asking for accommodations or support that align with your unique learning needs. By embracing your nonlinear learning path, you can turn your educational challenges into opportunities for growth and discovery. We've discussed the 7 reasons why chosen ones struggle with conventional education. From the lack of intellectual stimulation to the challenges of being misunderstood by peers and teachers, and from the need for creative and critical thinking to the unique challenges of a nonlinear learning path, these insights highlight the complex and often difficult experiences of chosen ones in traditional school systems. Understanding these challenges can help you navigate your educational journey with greater awareness and resilience. Remember, your unique qualities are strengths that can lead to personal and spiritual growth. By embracing who you are and finding ways to thrive within or outside of conventional education, you can turn your struggles into opportunities for learning and self-discovery. Stay true to yourself, seek out supportive environments, and continue to explore and develop your unique talents and interests. Your journey is important, and your light is needed in the world.